your argument is that if you don't vaccinate your kid and they're in the public schooling system and they get sick, they could spread it to kids who have been vaccinated, right?
This is just misinformation.
That
So
is.
a lot of what we're being told is misinformation to believe.
About
Yeah.
the
About
vaccines.
yeah. Yeah, because there is
One of the
no
things being the vaccines.
there's no more wild measles anymore, which in fact was actually good for immune system to get the measles and chicken pox, you know? Like it actually there are so many studies that actually say that people who got mumps and the chicken pox and measles, they all had a stronger immune system because it was like your body's like activation helping you develop a stronger immune system to not develop cancers or anything else in later in life because you had this like robust immune system being built when you're a kid. That's with our childhood illnesses
But
that
that would
were
just be
super common.
that would just be the kids that survive, though.
But it's not as bad as they make it seem. Really,
But
honestly.
didn't measles kill a lot of people, a lot of kids?
We have to look back and look at the real data. We're told to believe one thing when other things really happened.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's a matter of doing your own research and
I like how you keep coming back to that. That's a solid. That's a solid
do
argument.
it. Like,
It
why
is.
not? Like, why believe everything we're being told? We shouldn't. Don't believe everything I say. Go and do your own research.
You are the only person I've had on who has pushed doing your own research. I think that's fantastic.
It is. It's
That's
the only
important.
way to go. It's the only
Yeah.
way I know what I know, and I know what I with certainty. Like, if I were to not believe what I'm believing, like I wouldn't sit here and say it to you. I wouldn't have the confidence to do so.
But you're not pushing it on people,
No,
which is
I'm
what I
not
think
pushing.
is
I'm just saying, look,
good.
guys, I'm raising a flag and I'm saying, time to look.
Mm-hmm.
Time to look. So,
My worry, not. I mean, I've been vaccinated. I personally believe in vaccines, but I'm worried about the COVID vaccine in the sense that if they make it so that you have to get it to
yeah.
fly on a plane,
Yeah.
or to cross state lines,
Mhm.
or to go to a concert, that's what kind of worries me. Is the
Yeah.
forced, oh, you have to do this now to participate in society again.
Yeah. And that will happen.
You think so?
Oh, yeah. It's already happening in Israel.
Is it really?
Yeah. Yeah. You can't leave the country.
If you don't get vaccinated.
Yeah.
You think they're going to do that here?
They're going to try.
You think
Yeah.
they're going to succeed?
No. I think they'll try for a while. And there'll be mandations and everyone's going to be feared into getting it and not wanting it, but getting it. But that's a whole other can of worms. You like to research. If you think you want to go get that vaccine, it's not. I honestly, personally do not believe it's worth getting so you could leave the country because this is all going to pass and we're going to be able to travel again. Like, because it's just there's so much information that's going to be hopefully coming out, to the freedom to research anything hopefully will happen so we can get the answers we want to come up with our own truths rather than being told what to do to believe into something that we may not agree with, but being forced to do something against our will, that's not okay. That's not okay. That's like, no, it's so wrong on so many levels.
It is a problem.
Big.
Yeah, being forced, this forced coercion is a problem.
Yeah. Why do you think they're doing it? Everyone has to research the COVID vaccine before they get it.
I don't think it's a nefarious purpose, though. I mean, in terms of the COVID vaccine, I think they're trying to get it so that it will lessen your chance of dying.
Listen, they haven't even isolated the COVID virus. They made you have to do the research and understand that they didn't rush this vaccine, and it's been made for a number of years. This was all planned. You have to look back and see Event 201. The Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation had set up this and worked with this other agency to fund Event 201. It was like this mock global disaster virus outbreak. So they all had this roundtable discussion. It went on for hours talking about everything they would do what if something like this were to ever happen. So to me, that's like writing on the wall. You know, they often have to say things. They have to announce what they're going to do before they do it. You know, just like,
You don't think that's just them
no,
being precautious?
no. You look up. You just have to look up who Bill Gates is and what he represents.
Why do people that seems to be a thing? Is that people think Bill Gates? This has something to do with Bill Gates.
Yeah.
That he sparked COVID to
Um,
do something, but I don't know what. I've seen that all over online. People going
Yeah.
after Bill Gates.
Yeah.
Which why the guy's got so much money? What is he? Why is he coming up with viruses? What would be the sentiment behind that? Do you know? Yeah, I feel like you got.
Yeah, no,
I feel like
I
it's
think
cooking.
it's something that people have to look into themselves and come up by themselves because.
What have you come up with in your research?
Yeah, he's just a shady character does not have the best interest for humanity. Because of you just honestly, for me, just to state that, you have to look up some old like YouTube clips if they're still there, saying that if we're lucky, the vaccines will depopulate the world. You know, like
He said that.
Yeah, like so. There's so much on Bill Gates. So if a lot of people believe this, it's actually it's out there, and it's not just some conspiracy theory.
That he's behind
I
COVID,
wouldn't
or
say
that he's nefarious.
He's nefarious, and he has a lot of money. He's funded a lot of research. Let's just put it that way. And he's done a lot of shady things in Africa and in all sorts of countries, third world countries.
What has he done in Africa? Didn't he build? I thought he was doing clean water projects in Africa.
Yeah, I know.
No?
That's all, like, I mean, I'm sure he did, but I'm saying, like, that's what's covered in mainstream, like all his great humanitarian projects. But no, on the flip side, he's not so sweet.
What did he do in Africa?
Well, just a ton of, like, studies where, look at the, everyone just look it up. Look it up. Bill Gates and all of his many adventures of being a philanthropist. So,
well, people, I mean, you could look at the Tuskegee syphilis experiment, right?
yeah,
I mean, you're gonna find
there's so many things.
bad actors,
Yeah,
all over the spectrum.
yeah.
But Bill Gates, they seem to just go after. I guess I'll have to check into that
You
because
will.
it's all over online. A lot of people do not like Bill Gates for some reason.
Yeah, it's not hard to find.